I don't know how many of you are familiar with long-term care insurance or have given it much thought. I never gave it any consideration whatsoever when I was younger, and it's not until I got involved in managing the finances and care of my mom, who suffered from dementia, that I started thinking a lot about this. In this video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on long-term care insurance, the pros and cons, and what alternative I'm going to opt for. So after all that I had to go through in getting my mom placed in an assisted living facility and then a nursing home, I started thinking a lot about who would take care of me in my old age when I'm too frail or not of sound mind to be able to take care of myself. What quality of life would I want to ensure for myself? And finally, how would I pay for it all? I don't have any children who could take care of me when I grow old, but nowadays, most people don't want to place that kind of burden on their children anyway. Long-term care refers to the type of care and assistance you would need if you were unable to perform some of the basic activities of daily living, such as bathing, washing your hair, getting dressed, or if you require substantial supervision due to cognitive impairments. For example, if you have Alzheimer's and are prone to wander, you would need someone to constantly watch over you so that you don't get into places you shouldn't or wander off and get lost. The costs for long-term care will vary depending on how much care you need and your living situation. It also depends on where you live in terms of the area, as in which city and state, and also the facility. Where I live in Maryland, if you live in your own house and need a home health aide to come and provide assistance, they will cost $20 to $25 per hour. If you need to move into an assisted living facility, also known as residential care facility, which is usually a large residence with several bedrooms and 1 or 2 people in each bedroom, you are looking at a monthly room and board cost between $3,500 at the low end to over $7,000 per month, depending on how nice the facility is and whether you have a private room or are sharing a room with someone else. If you need to be placed in a nursing home, then you are looking at spending over $100,000 annually. My mom's nursing home charged $8,900 per month for a shared room, and that did not include laundry services for someone to wash her clothes or salon services for someone to cut her hair. Those were optional services that were charged separately. For folks who might be wondering if health insurance covers long-term care, no, it doesn't. It may cover assistance with activities of daily living for short term until you recover your health to be independent again, and that's called skilled nursing care. Some people might get confused because skilled nursing care is often provided in a nursing home. Similarly, for folks who are 65 or older, Medicare pays for skilled nursing care up to 100 days, which is a little over 3 months. Disability insurance doesn't cover long-term care either. Disability insurance is intended to replace the income that's lost due to the fact that you cannot work. Long-term care insurance helps pay for the costs of long-term care so that folks can protect their assets for their spouse or heirs. Also, long-term care insurance helps pay for care in a place of your choosing, whether it be in your own home, in an assisted living facility, or a nursing home, and whom you select to provide long-term care for you. In other words, purchasing long-term care insurance affords you the choice of where and who provides care for you. Nowadays, 80% of long-term care is provided in the home as home care. And as I've mentioned before, people want to minimize the burden on their children or other family members who might end up becoming their caretaker. For my particular situation, the cons outweigh the pros, so I will not be getting any long-term care insurance. First, I have yet to find a long-term care insurance company that pays for all of the costs for long-term care. They all seem to pay for only a portion of the long-term care costs with respect to the dollar amount as well as the duration. Basically, there's a cap on how much the insurance will pay for your long-term care costs. Long-term care insurances will cover only around $100 $100 to $150 per day, which is about 50% of the daily rate for a semi-private room in a nursing home, and only for up to 3 years in a nursing home. You'll find that the range for different insurance companies is $3,000 to $5,000 per month benefit. As for the benefit, I believe 3 years is the magic number because it's been reported that the average number of years someone stays in a nursing home before they pass away is around 2.5 years. Fortunately, I have adequate funds in my retirement savings to fully cover 3 years in a nursing home, and I don't have any children that I need to worry about leaving an inheritance to. So getting long-term care insurance makes no sense for me. Now, people who are interested in long-term care insurance often ask, when should I buy long-term care insurance? Financial planners say that the most cost-effective age to purchase long-term care insurance is in your mid-50s. That's because you must be in good health to qualify, and the premium is based on age, so the premium is much higher when you're older. But I feel like if you start paying premiums for long-term care insurance in your 50s, you might end up paying into it for 30 years or so before receiving any benefits, so you might as well just invest that money. For folks who are worried about what would happen to them if their nursing home expenses wipe out their savings but they're still alive and kicking, well, not to worry, because Medicaid will step in to pay for all of your nursing home expenses if you don't have any more money left. For example, say you had $100,000 in assets at the time that you entered the nursing home, and then you ended up spending pretty much all of it in just 1 year. Medicaid will then pick up the tab for all of your nursing home care costs for as long as you live. The biggest caveat is that not all nursing homes accept Medicaid payments. So if you happen to be in a nursing home that doesn't accept Medicaid, you'll need to move to another one that does. The good news is that there are many top-rated nursing homes that accept Medicaid. The bad news is that there will often be a wait list. In fact, there's always going to be a wait list for good nursing homes, and that's regardless of whether you'll be paying out of pocket or Medicaid will be paying for you. The United States has a federal assistance program that's run by the states to take care of the poor, and it's called Medicaid. And that is a tremendous safety net for the elderly without savings, because it means you don't have to worry about not being able to receive the care that you need when you're no longer able to take care of yourself. You certainly will not be residing in a private room in a cushy facility, but you'll be provided 3 good meals a day, and all of your activities of daily living and healthcare needs will be taken care of for you for free if you don't have the financial means to pay for them. So what are the criteria for Medicaid spend down requirements? An applicant who is 65 or older can have no more than $2,000 in liquid assets to qualify for Medicaid. If you own a home, that will not count towards the $2,000 limit as long as your equity value in the home is $595,000 or less, although this amount could vary depending on which state you live in. Your home needs to have been your primary residence and be located in the same state where you are applying for Medicaid. And lastly, there is intent to return home. Basically, the government is allowing you to keep your home so that you have a place to go back to. Now, if your spouse or dependent child continues living in the home, then the house is considered exempt from the Medicaid spend down requirement, regardless of its value. As I've said in the beginning, I'm not going to get long-term care insurance. What I plan to do to ensure that my long-term care needs are taken care of and that my assets are protected is to move into a CCRC, which stands for Continuing Care Retirement Community, also known as Life Plan Community, when I'm in my mid-60s. And so I'll be making a video about CCRCs next. Thanks for watching.